experienced that really being a real thing throughout the week? You said it was at Saturday, but just now through the week, as you guys got back into practice, just how do you feel about it now?
Well, yeah, it was real for sure. As we talked after that game, Saturday at International, I haven't been around a group in a long time that I felt like every ounce of energy they had, we left it between those lines. So it was physically and mentally draining. But so from that point on, you start trying to recover. I mean, naturally we've tried to do everything we can to help get that physical and mental part back. And it's February too. I think most teams, even with a full roster in February, cut back. With us, it's very obvious how much we really have to cut back. And it's probably based more sometimes on travel within that too. It was a long travel. It's a long travel. We don't get back until Saturday night late, maybe early Sunday morning. I don't remember what time it was, but it was a long day. So if you're playing at home on a noon game Saturday, probably practice a little different on Monday. But unfortunately, that's wasn't the way we were. So based on travel and, and all that, probably, helps decide a little bit more on how you practice. But my biggest thing is this, there's no replacement for energy. You got to have energy. That's the number one thing. Forget plays offensively, forget plays defensively. It's about energy. So whatever you have to do to feel like you're trying to get that energy level back to where it was at, then that's the way we've tried to prepare to do that.
How much does that just play a role in the fatigue and knowing that you're not deep and what you need from that whenever you're about to play a team that is really deep and, their depth has, helped them win some games, put them in a good position right now?
I mean, Elliot, you know what we're fighting. It's, and I keep repeating these few words, that margin for error is, zero. But the one thing I know we have to have a chance, we got to have those guys who are playing, keep them as fresh as we can physically and mentally for the games. Because once the game starts, you can't solve that cutting back or not going as long and all that. You got to play 40 minutes. And again, we got probably the best team in the league coming in here. They're 17-5 for a reason and 8-2 for a reason. And, they're 1-2 losses. One of those came on a last-second shot, North Texas, or, they wouldn't have but one loss. So we know we have our hands full with a really good team, team with a lot of depth. They're going to play 10 guys. Got a great point guard that's been there forever in Bracey, and I think Muhammad's really playing well for them. And they got 3 guys shooting 40% from the three-point line and 2 more shooting 35 plus. So 5 guys shooting 35 plus from three-point line. They make it very difficult for you to defend. 4 of those 5 guys are basically guards. They can dribble, handle it, and pass it and shoot it. Like I said, they got great experience, those 3 seniors. And anytime you can bring a guy like Ledoux off the bench, second leading scorer, that gives you some instant offense and a boost off that bench. So, like I say, they're really good for a reason.
And when you mention all those numbers, Coach, especially over the last 4 games over their winning streak, they've been shooting at nearly 50% from outside, over 50% from the floor. How do you prepare against that, knowing down low FIU was able to take advantage, especially with Carson down in the post? What do you do defensively to try to combat all of that, knowing that, especially over the last few games, they've been hot from everywhere?
It makes it more difficult. You're hot from everywhere. So when you spread that floor out, a bunch of shooters, it spreads you out even more. So the inside is more vulnerable. So again, we just got to find ways. There's no magic you got this time of year. You may tweak here or there, but most teams are who they are right now. As the year goes on, some people pick up on more weaknesses, and I think it's very obvious, we don't have a lot of post depth, so everybody tries to go at us in that post, and, we've been, pretty fortunate to stay out of foul trouble the best we can. So there's not a whole lot of major adjustments. We'll tweak here and there. We're going to keep trying to find ways to, take advantage of who we are offensively and defensively, and keep trying to find ways to hide who we're not offensively and defensively. And again, it comes down to, so many games, one play. We came out to the last 2 games where there's one play either way, offensively or defensively in each of those games.
Who are you looking for in particular from your bench, different guys and their different roles and what they present out there? And I know sometimes you give them a very short leash because you have to, but what are you looking for from them that gives you that confidence to keep them out there to add to, as you talked about?
Yeah, let me say this. Whatever happens to those couple guys coming off the bench, it's not their fault right now. I mean, we're playing two freshmen, Isaiah and Jeremiah. So whatever mistakes they make, they're going to make mistakes. And there's nothing going to cure that but experience. There's no magic pills or no magic dust we can sprinkle them with or give them and to help them catch up from an experience standpoint. They're learning on the fly. They're learning how to paddle that boat in the middle of a rapid. They didn't get much smooth water, and they're freshmen. Both of them are. So basically, we need them to come in, and add to from a standpoint of being able to buy some minutes for those starters without hurting us, both those guys. If you can add 2, that's even a plus. And for the most part, they've added 2 some. We need more minutes from them. We need more minutes. I feel like I got to probably throw Matt out there some, because we're thinner than the perimeter than we are in that post, and maybe buy a few minutes that way. So we got to buy a few minutes with all those guys over there, and if they can add 2, that's a plus. But whatever mistakes they make right now, it's not their fault. I'll take all responsibility for their mistakes, because again, I'm putting them in a very difficult situation to have to do some things they're probably not really prepared to do yet.
Coming off of 2 tough road losses, how much are you and the team looking forward now to being back in Diddle Arena, which is probably going to be a really electric crowd on Thursday night with the blackout?
Well, again, no matter where you play at, you're always good to be back home. Never easy to win on the road. You got to find ways to protect your home court, and everything towards the end gets magnified a little bit. Everybody knows where everybody's sitting. They're 8-2, and North Texas 8-2, and we're sitting here 7-3. So we have so-called the best team in the league coming here Thursday night. There's no question we need this arena packed. We need them students out here early. I know it's a blackout. Wear your black. Pull in that closet. We all love the red too, but for one game, find the black, wear some black. And I think they're giving away 2,000 T-shirts for the first 2,000 people that make it to the game. But even if you don't make it here in time, try to wear black. But most importantly, whatever color you wear, get here and be loud. You can be the major factor in giving us that extra boost or energy we need somewhere along this way to make a difference in this game. Because, again, it's going to come down to one possession. They're really, really good. We got to keep it close enough that we can make it a one-possession game. And like I say, I know this crowd can make a difference. It's made a difference already out here. And we know it'll be a electric crowd in here Thursday night.